Hey there, everyone. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Amber.
We're identical twin sisters from Southern California. While we may look exactly alike, sometimes we think that's all we have in common.
We invite you to grab a cup of coffee
Or a glass of wine.
and hang out with us for a little bit.
This is #TwinLifePodcast.
Hello. What's up, twin?
Hey, how are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
I am doing great.
Good. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you again for listening to the #TwinLifePodcast. If it is your first time listening to us, welcome. Please make sure you hit the bell. If you are watching us, listening to us on YouTube, and also please subscribe. And then if you are listening to us anywhere else, like Apple Podcasts, please make sure that you subscribe so you guys know whenever we have new episodes. And we love hearing from you guys as well. So feel free to leave us a comment. And also 5 stars would be super, as well as a review so that more people can listen to us. But on that note, let's get into it. How's your week been, twin? It's weird to say that because I was just there, but
Yes. So Amber was here for a couple weeks, and now she's back in Indianapolis. So we are back to recording
remotely.
We literally recorded one episode when you were here, and now we're recording remotely again. So it's not like anything's really
changed. Did it seem weirdly harder to record it when I was there than it did when I was oddly it felt harder because I don't know.
Well, I take that back. We actually recorded two because we did our live. If you guys missed our live, it's up on our IGTV. I mentioned it in the last episode that we would be doing that live. And I think it went really well. Not too many people joined us in the live, but we've had a lot of people watch it after the fact. Yeah, we have a lot of people that viewed it after the fact. So and I've had some, people I know DM me on my personal page to ask, to just make comments about what we talked about in our fitness journey and just to congratulate us. So that was really cool to do. Yeah, I've had a couple people, mostly people from F45 just saying that they watched it and listened, and awesome. Just commenting on it. Yeah, so it was really cool. It was really fun, honestly, to do that live. And I think it was, I kind of jokingly.
It has 58 views. It's got the most views of any video. Oh, no, it doesn't. The very, very first video we did, clip. But that's 58 views. It's an hour long. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I think I jokingly said that I should save the video, copy the audio, and put it up as a podcast because, I'm sort of thinking about maybe potentially doing it as a bonus episode type of situation, just stealing the audio from it and doing it as a bonus episode, just putting it in the RSS feed. I haven't really decided whether or not we're going to do that, but I do appreciate everyone that enjoyed that. And then on top of that, we have finished all of our Christmas shopping mostly. We've also, we've wrapped all of our gifts this week, and now we're just kind of going to enjoy the rest of the week. I think we might go do Christmas lights tonight. Tonight we're recording this on Sunday. So that will be fun. We can drink hot chocolate, and I made gingerbread pancakes today.
Oh,
they were the bomb. I felt I told Derek, I was I feel like a legit mom. I got up on a Sunday morning and made gingerbread pancakes from freaking scratch. I didn't even use gingerbread seasoning. Or spice. I freaking made gingerbread. It was so bomb. Real, organic crushed ginger. They were the bomb. And even I ate them, and I don't like pancakes.
Yeah.
So.
You're freaking weird.
Yeah, Phoenix was I thought we were making cookies. And I was no, we're making. And now I have Derek wanting to make gingerbread from scratch. He wants to make sheets of it, cut it up, bake it so we can build a huge gingerbread house.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he got all excited about that. But yeah, so how was your week? Well, you've been here, but how was yours?
So
our
traveling? Flight, I guess. Yeah, it was the longest flight ever. Landon was pretty good. It's just flying from San Diego to Indy is a long flight because there's no direct flight,
and it's ahead in time. You're losing time going that way.
Yeah, it really, yeah. And Landon's all weird today because he's tired and both of us are just
jet lagged.
Yeah, the jet lag is real. It's a struggle. We're both so tired. I was awake at 4:00 this morning, which is weird because obviously it's 3 hours early. It's 3 hours later here, but I still was up at 4. Landon woke woke us up at 4, and then neither of us could go back to sleep. So we actually ended up doing Christmas this morning for Landon because we're going to be out of town. Ooh, excuse me. I just said I was tired. We're going to be out of town on Wednesday. So and we're going to be gone in Arkansas, and they're doing like a whole Christmas thing with gifts and all that stuff, shenanigans with Blake's family. So we're doing that. So, we'll be gone. So we just did Christmas with Landon this morning, which was really fun.
I didn't know you guys were doing that.
Yeah, we kind of decided it last minute. Like we decided it yesterday because, we were trying to figure out, like, when do you want to do this? Like, do we want to do it, like, are we going to do it on the 23rd before we leave? But then I felt like that was kind of mean to Landon to, like, here's your gifts. Bye. Like,
but you can't play with them.
Yeah. And then I thought it was even, like, then I thought it was like, well, yeah, but then we just, like, sit, like, then I was like, but then why are we waiting? Because then by the time we get back, it's going to be, like, the 27th. So, and then Blake has to go back to work on Monday. He's going to be back in the office. So it's just like, I was like, it doesn't make sense to not, like, this is the best time to do it. So, so we've had fun. We got him, Blake finished up the Christmas shopping yesterday day before yesterday, on Friday, before we flew. So everything was Blake had already wrapped everything. Everything was already under the tree. So he got me a couple gifts I didn't even know he was getting. One of them is Frozen Monopoly. So
ooh,
we're
fancy
Frozen Monopoly tonight. Well,
have I talked about Monopoly?
Huh?
Playing Monopoly with Derek and I played, because we have okay, so we really have to get moving after I say this, but Derek, we have Game of Thrones Monopoly here, and like I just don't enjoy playing game. Like I think Derek mentioned when you were here that like I'm like a sore loser when it comes to games.
Yeah, you are.
So it's not enjoyable to me to lose and then have someone trash talk the entire time. I can't handle it.
Okay, so I think the balance for y'all is for Derek to stop talking crap during the game and just let you guys play.
And also, if I'm salty because I'm losing, like, is that not a thing? Like, I'm not allowed to be salty when I'm losing. It's not like I'm like yelling and like getting crazy and throwing remotes and stuff. I just like, I'm like, dang, like I really want to do better. I really want to win.
Right.
Like I don't, anyways, that's a whole nother podcast. But yeah. So what else happened? You said you guys opened the presents and then.
Yeah. I mean,
when are you playing Frozen Monopoly?
So yeah, we're going to be playing. So I think actually we're going to see Christmas lights tonight. So at some point.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do too.
Yeah, at some point we'll play Frozen Monopoly, but I'm pretty stoked about that. I literally mentioned it because I want us to start collecting classic games for Landon. So
yes, I want to get Candyland so bad.
Candyland,
so bad.
Clue, and so I told Blake, I was like, we're going to collect them, but you and I also have to play them because that is fun, and we need to start collecting them. So he got me Frozen Monopoly. Which is funny because he was like really weird about wanting to watch Frozen last night for some reason. So then this morning when I opened my gift, I was like, "Is this why you wanted us to watch Frozen last night?" Because
you just watched it.
Literally, like just watched it with you, and then we watched Frozen 2 again here, which is fine with me because I love Frozen. But anyway, so I can give you guys more of the deets on our Christmas shenanigans next podcast. But yeah, so it's been fun letting Landon play with everything and all that. But
yeah, I'm looking forward to it for Phoenix.
Yeah, it was nice. It was super fun. Like he was very excited about his Christmas morning. But okay, let's hop into our Did You See this week, which is a little bit about The Bachelor and a little bit about a reaction to The Bachelor, or The Bachelorette. So the first thing was that this past week was the Men Tell All and the hometowns, so Monday was the hometowns and then Men Tell All, right? Or was it the opposite?
I don't know. It was Monday, Tuesday, so we're just going to smash the two together.
Yeah, we're just going to smash them together. But basically this week was hometowns and Men Tell All.
Yeah.
The Men Tell All was interesting. I felt like the men, like the main takeaway from that was the men were super raw because there was no audience. So that was nice. That was nice. And they didn't have to worry about getting booed or they weren't trying to get cheers or applause. They were just raw and like their real thoughts and opinions came across. Riley is freaking awesome. That's another thing I learned.
Ugh, I love him.
His departure was very sad, but it was amazing. He
kissed her on the forehead.
He just seems like he's just an awesome dude. Like that, like he's an awesome dude. And then Yosef is still a douche. That's what we also learned. He's still a jerk.
And even Chris even tried to help him. Chris was like, look, dude, I've been doing this for 20, he literally says, I've been doing this for 20 years and I have never seen, like, I really want you, he's like, I know this isn't going to be good when you leave here. I'm really trying to help you out. So can you at least just say, I'm sorry for the way I reacted? Like, I stick by my opinion, but I'm sorry how I deliver it. He's like, nope. And then the worst part about it was when he's like, would you, somebody asked him, like, well, don't you have a daughter? Like, would you want someone to talk to your daughter like that? I think Chris asked him and he was like, yeah, I would hope if my daughter did something like that somebody would in her life would call her out. And I just was like, you want somebody to talk to your daughter the way that you talk to, like, that to me, that's like low-key, like, CPS status. Like, I was very upset by that.
And the thing too, the part that was weird about it was his daughter was the reason why he didn't want to, like, that he felt offended by the other guys stripping down for their one-on-one. Which
he wasn't even there.
He was like,
their group
I was
date.
just standing up with the guys. They're like, yo, you're not. Like, don't throw us in here. Don't say that you were trying to do that for our benefit because we didn't say anything about it. We were not upset about it at all. Like, you drug us into this and we, like, did not.
Yeah, for real.
So.
Yep.
But anyway, so yeah, those are, I think, the main things. You think?
Yeah. And then and then of course the final four ends up being, the four that I really thought it was going to, the four that I thought it was going to be. So it ends up being Ben, Ivan, Brendan, and, who was
Zach.
Yeah, who was the fourth guy?
Zach.
Ben, Ivan, Brendan, Zach. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I think we have a little bit of a lag, twin.
Oh, really?
Yes, it took you about 5 seconds to respond to me, so I would say yes.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know what to do about the lag.
Okay, we'll try to work with it, I guess. Okay, so yeah, so Brendan, Zach, Ivan, and Ben. So those were the final four. So, which, I mean, I low-key feel like we could have called that out at the beginning.
Yeah.
Honestly. But, so, the first date, I don't remember the order, but they basically had to do, Chris comes in and tells them, like, okay, we're obviously not flying people anywhere, but we are going to bring your families here. We're going to COVID test them, and as long as they're negative, we'll do something here, but you guys have to plan a date at the La Quinta resort. So they all sort of plan a date that, like, they would do in their hometown situations. I think everybody's was cute.
I agree.
I think Ben's was kind of lame. He was like, let's go to Venice Beach. Like, I mean, I guess because we grew up in Los Angeles, I'm like, that is the wackest date. But everybody else's seemed very exciting. The carnival, Brendan did a carnival and his niece was there.
Super cute.
They had like a special handshake. It was super cute. Ivan did a cooking date. And I think honestly, he low-key is the smartest because he was the only one that did something indoors. And it was like 1,000 degrees. Like everyone was like the sweat, twin. Like they were like, I need somebody. Zach, poor Zach. Like I was like, we need to get him a towel because, and she is just like not sweating at all. It's like somebody was like had an air conditioning, but it was like only on her head and everybody else was just melting. Like she did not look sweaty at all, but freaking Zach was just like literally his head was wet. It was like dripping off his chin. I was just like, oh, it's so gross. Brendan was sweating too. And then
honestly, I thought that
Ben was sweaty too.
I thought Ivan's was super smart because his was way more intimate. They were just sitting in the house, in the kitchen, listening to music and cooking. And that's something that's a normal date. So like your partner setting up a makeshift carnival for you is not normal. Like that's not something that's not normal. So I think it was cool. That Ivan again like did another intimate date. Like that was the date that she set up for him to do when they did like the lava on the floor thing. So the other thing about The Bachelor was that Rachel Lindsay commented on she has felt some super type of way about Ben's exit.
Ben's exit. Yeah.
My read on Ben's emotions during that were totally different than Tayshia's read. I saw just like shock and like complete incapability of being able to fully process the situation. She took it as him like just not caring. Being emotionless. And I think that he was just in shock and didn't know what he was supposed to do because she told him like, you know, hey, you're not the one, like, I guess bye. And the only reason she told him that was because he didn't say he loved her. If he would have said that, somebody else would have gone home. So like he missed out on that. And I think that's something that honestly, if he doesn't come back, which I'm sure he's going to, it would haunt them both later when the show airs. Like they would be sitting at home going, crap, like what if he would have done, like, you know what I mean? Like what if we would have had that chance? Like what if I would have said you know what I mean? Like, and so I'm hoping he comes back because I feel like that could really like be a hard conversation to have with whoever, if she picks somebody else. But anyways, Rachel Lindsay, she felt that she compared him to her second runner-up guy who refused to like, I guess he didn't want to be with her, I guess, or something. Like, I don't even remember that, but from what I read, it was just basically he refused to propose. Which it worked out great because she's with the love of her life and she didn't care anyway. But like, that was kind of, he was just kind of one of those, he was a guy that wouldn't just like shut her get off the pot situation. And so she feels like, she's like, please don't make Ben the Bachelor because he's just like, you know, the second runner-up guy on my season and he just can't express his emotions and he would make a horrible Bachelor and this and this. Like, producers, please don't pick him. I just thought it was kind of petty spaghetti to like do that because clearly the guy has lots of emotional issues. Like we know of them. He expressed them on the show. So it doesn't surprise me.
But his sister said that he wears his heart on his sleeve.
Yeah.
So to me, that's very confusing. Does the man wear his heart on his sleeve or does he have a difficult time expressing his emotion? People that wear their heart on their sleeve are like oozing, like that expression to me is like they are oozing an emotion.
So he does you could tell he was like a different human when he was around his sister and his family.
Oh my gosh, completely.
But I also thought it was super weird not having an explanation about where his parents were or where the rest of his family was. That part to me was super weird because everybody else went through a whole Ivan went through an explanation about why he wanted his brother there, but his brother who ended up being there couldn't be there. Or like his dad, like he thought maybe his dad shouldn't be there, but his dad came anyway. Like all these different things. Like with Ben, there was really
and then the weird family friend lady who we don't even know who she is. She's just the family friend. Like that was super weird.
Yeah, it was very. And then they seemed
that dynamic was weird.
Yeah, and they also just seemed very like super fan type of situation too. So again, I think Ben has a lot of issues. I don't think he's not a good dude. Do I necessarily think he would make a fantastic Bachelor? And he's emotionally, I hate to say emotionally intelligent enough, but emotionally aware enough to tackle being with 25 women or to 30 women at once. I doubt that.
Yeah,
but I also don't think. I think there are lots of mixed biracial and African American and half whatever men on that show. We do not need to pick the one army blue-eyed freaking white dude that's on there. There's plenty of other dudes.
For real.
Riley, for example. Make Riley the Bachelor. I'll start that. #, Riley for the Bachelor.
Oh my gosh. I think he would be a great Bachelor.
Genuine dude, kind-hearted, like obviously raised well, has his life together financially.
He's a freaking lawyer.
Already figured out his own life drama. Like he's not processing through a whole bunch of hurt and pain still, which is fine to do, but not when you're trying to date 25 women that put their lives on hold, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, was there any other thoughts on The Bachelor?
No, I'm getting more and more excited about Matt James as we see these. Our mother is a big Matt James fan.
Yeah.
She thinks he is just I don't know, like the black Brad Pitt, like he's freaking Idris Elba or something. Like he's just, she keeps saying like, have you seen The Bachelor? He's just so handsome. And I'm like, or no, take that back. Mom doesn't say handsome. She said he was hot. So yeah. So shout out to our mother who is very excited for Matt James.
Yeah.
But yeah, that starts January 4th. So by the time you guys listen to this episode, we will already know who, Homegirl picks, who Tayshia picks. So I'm very excited to see who that winner is. We'll find out tomorrow. So woohoo! Very exciting. Okay. Anything else from The Bachelor, Twin?
No, ready to jump into the topic.
Oh, the final three obviously ended up being Ivan, Brendan, Zach. Do you think,
Right.
you want to call it out right now? Who do you think she's going to pick?
I don't know, man.
Who do
This
you
is a
think she's
rough
going to
one.
pick, and who do you want her to pick? That's the hard one.
I'm going to say it this way because that's even hard for me to do. I'm going to say who I would be happy she picked based on what I've seen so far.
Okay.
Either
Gotcha.
Ivan or Zach. I feel like Brendan is too on. No, I'm sorry. Brendan or Zach. I feel like Ivan, despite the fact that I think he really likes her, seemed very on the fence during the hometown date. Like he really liked her a lot. He kept saying that, you know? So I think
But
her
love,
I think that Brendan and Zach, I think she should pick one of them.
I agree. I honestly think she should pick Zach. But I think if she picked Brendan, I would be happy too.
Yeah. Which
is weird because normally I have very strong feelings for one particular person. And this season there's just been so many great guys that I'm just like, you literally could pick any of them. They've all been so great.
Yeah, they really
There's not been, I mean, honestly, the only one I couldn't have accepted, honestly, would have been Bennett. If she had picked Bennett, I'd have been like, girl, he's just such a tool. Like,
I would have been upset if she would have picked Noah also. Because I think despite his defense, Noah was like, still acts like a child. Regardless of the fact that he doesn't like Bennett, I still think Noah has this childish way about him that I just don't particularly find attractive. But
I agree.
So,
all right. Well, on that note, let's go ahead and get into our topic because I really want to break down, like, we're talking about holiday traditions today, people. I'm very excited. Yes, I'm very excited to talk about this because I think that everyone has different traditions, and obviously, maybe some people don't have as like hard and fast traditions as when they were kids, and so as they're like adults and they're raising their family, they have things that they like are like, we didn't do this when we were kids, so like I really want to do this now. And then obviously, as we have like partners now, combining what our partners' family traditions are and what ours has been like, kind of interesting. So I really want to talk about first some of our family traditions growing up. And I think like one of the biggest ones is that like going to church and like being involved in our church growing up was always a big deal.
twin.
So
sorry.
Yeah. What?
Two things.
What?
One, I need to go grab my charger, and two, happy half birthday.
Is our half birthday today?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
Merry on birthday.
Merry on birthday to me.
Okay. Hold on. I have to get my laptop charger. Hold on. We are talking about traditions this week. And so what were you saying about traditions?
Okay, yes. So what I was saying was that growing up in church, that we had a lot of traditions because of just the fact that we were always so involved in whatever was going on. So that kind of, I think, equated to like, or was a big factor in like what traditions that we had in our family, as well as like some outside of that. But as far as like, we always went to either a Christmas Eve service or a Christmas Day service. And I think you and I talked about it, and we really only went to a Christmas Day service if Christmas happened to be on Christmas Day. Otherwise we went to the Christmas Eve service, which I think and we also went to a New Year's Eve service usually too, which I think was pretty cool. Not every year, but like a lot of years, bringing in the New Year's Eve at church was always super fun because, there's like hundreds of people in there, and like, it's a safe environment and like all this kind of stuff. So I always thought that was fun. And what else do we have?
Christmas Eve. So I like Christmas Eve at church. It was a lot of fun. It was family friendly too. I think that was important to our mom because obviously she was single, but she had 4 kids, so it's not like she's going out, having a date on Christmas Eve. So we used to go to church, which was super fun. So more traditions that we like as kids had. My mom always got us like pajamas on Christmas. Like we would get new pajamas on Christmas and open those on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And so then
we'd sleep in them.
Yeah, we'd sleep in our Christmas pajamas and wake up in Christmas pajamas Christmas Day. So that was a thing. And that's something that I think we haven't necessarily opened them on Christmas Eve every year. but we definitely have bought Christmas pajamas.
Yeah, we
every
buy
year.
them.
We buy
Yeah, in
Christmas pajamas.
preparation.
Yeah, in preparation. Like Blake actually got me Christmas pajamas. He actually got me pajamas. They're not Christmas themed pajamas, but he got me pajamas yesterday that like match. They're like animal print and like, so they're not Christmas themed, but he got me pajamas because he remembered that like pajamas are like a thing for us. So I have another pair
Yeah.
of pajamas, which I love. And then another one was that Mom always makes breakfast she always made breakfast. So we never did Christmas dinner. Because we're up early anyway, so I would just make breakfast, and so we'd open gifts, and we'd eat this big breakfast while we're opening gifts, and then we just kind of played with our toys all day. That was kind of like the thing for Christmas.
Took a nap.
Yeah, I took a nap, like, because Thanksgiving is so close to Christmas, by the time Christmas comes around, have no desire to cook the same stuff twice. I know I think you guys are going to be doing that this year, but I'm glad I'm not cooking for Christmas this year because Blake and I legit cooked everything from scratch this year. And I was like, I'm not trying to cook that again. Like, I'm totally down to make a bunch of pancakes and like, kill that. But making dinner is a totally different situation.
Yeah.
And then, okay, yeah. So we always got up. So like I just said, we always got up super, super early in the morning for Christmas. It'd be like 6 a.m. Like we'd be knocking on it's Christmas, like waking our parents up on Christmas.
Yeah, and I remember Isaiah would always be the one, because there's something about the baby sibling. They're always the one that's like waking everyone in the house up. So like Isaiah would always wake up and like come and wake us up super early, and we'd be like, no, it's like, and we knew Mom would say like, you can't wake us up before like a certain time. So like, I remember coming downstairs like a couple of Christmases with Isaiah and like
there waiting for them to come out of the bedroom.
Waiting for them to come. Yeah. We're like, okay, who's going to go knock on the door? Who's going to wake up Mom and Dad? It's time. Da, da, da. Like the sun is coming up, like we literally, that was like a thing. Like somebody had to go knock on the door and like wake everybody and wake up the parents so we could open the gifts. It was like the funniest thing. I totally remember that.
We also, obviously we celebrate Christmas. If this is your first time listening to our podcast, we celebrate Christmas. Happy Hanukkah / Kwanzaa to anybody or if you don't celebrate either of these holidays, happy holiday season. Hope you enjoy your Chinese food. Enjoy it. But we celebrate Christmas if you didn't catch on. Another one is that we don't celebrate Santa.
Yeah, no Santa.
Don't celebrate Santa. We don't
incorporate him.
Santa. We don't incorporate Santa. So that was like a thing. Like I think as we've gotten older, my mom has, said that she thinks that it's totally fine for us to, if we wanted to incorporate Santa in our kids' lives. But I more just like to take the credit for the fact that we work hard as parents all year long to buy these gifts, and I'm not trying to give the credit to Santa.
Yeah, for real.
That's like really more how I feel about it. I feel like we can still watch the Santa Christmas movies. We can still watch, Frosty, and we can still do, and you enjoy those just as much as, you enjoy watching Blaze and the Monster Machines. Like,
right.
Watch those, or Charlie Brown Christmas, or whatever. I don't think I need to make him real to still enjoy that kind of magical aspect of him. And I'm sure not giving him credit for my hard work. So
Phoenix and I we were literally arguing with him today about Santa Claus, because he kept saying, no, Santa Claus is real. He brings toys to kids and da 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 da. And I looked at Derek and I said, you know what, babe? We did our part. I told Phoenix Santa Claus isn't real, and if he thinks he's real, that's totally fine. But just know, Derek was like, okay, well, if you think he's real, that's fine. But just know, Santa Claus isn't bringing any presents to this house. So just letting you know, all the presents under that tree are from Mom and Dad, and
they're not going to be
Nana and Pop. Yes, and there won't be more, like, it's just not what it is, but that's totally fine. And he was like, and I asked him, I was like, so I was like, how does Santa Claus get in the house? He was like, he comes in the middle of the night and he drops off all the gifts for the boys and girls. He was like telling me this whole story. And I was like, all right, Phoenix, like, I'm not going to just like be a dream crusher. Like, if he wants to believe that Santa Claus is real, that's totally, I'm not like, to me, it's not any different than him thinking, like you said, like, an Indominus Rex is real. Right. Or like a Carnotaurus is real. These are like made up dinosaurs. Like, you know what I mean? It's kind of, he's 5 too. Eventually he won't care about it. So, but there will be no Santa Claus gifts under our tree this year.
Yeah, nothing's going to say from Santa.
Exactly.
Any other traditions, like family traditions that we had that you could think of?
I mean, we did go look at Christmas lights. I feel like that was
Christmas
a thing
lights.
that we did. Yeah, we did that. I remember, I don't remember necessarily if it was like every year or like if we made like anything special out of that, but I think that's a good segue into like a traditions that we want to do in our families.
Christmas lights every
Because
year.
yeah. Yeah. And I think we're actually both of us, we're talking about this. I think we're both going tonight as in our separate families to go look at Christmas lights. There's actually a street down the street from us in Chula Vista that does, it's a holiday circle, and it's like some of the best lights in the whole, literally all of Southern California, like is literally in this Christmas tree circle. And it's a community of people that live in a cul-de-sac. And you literally, when you like buy a house, you have to like sign a thing with the HOA that says you will decorate your house
That's awesome.
for Christmas. And there are some people who
house, twin, on our little street, we're the only house that has lights.
Really?
Yeah, I was
Oh
shocked.
my gosh, what a bunch of Scrooges.
Yeah, like, so on our little street, it dead ends, obviously, and there's just I think it's 4 or 5 of these other houses, and we're the only ones that have lights up. It's sad. Like, you can see their trees on the inside, but we're the only ones with lights up. So, like, but around the corner, like, in the rest of the neighborhood, like, there's, like, random houses here and there that have lights up, but I was very disappointed by it. I was like, that is crap. Like, I want to knock on the door hey, like, put some lights up. Be festive.
Yeah, I mean, in our little, like, because we have, like, a breezeway or whatever, which you know this, but we have, like, a breezeway, and, like, we're the only ones that have lights on our patio in our, like, little breezeway, but there's tons of people, like, I was telling, like, during Halloween, like, you can tell the people that are going to decorate for every holiday, because for Halloween, these people had, like, scary stuff in their yard that, like, you know, jumped at you or made noises and whatever. It's like, oh, those people are about to be super poppin' for Christmas. Like, I'm very excited to see their Christmas decorations, because, you know, they're just those people that just have all the decorations like me. I love to decorate for all the holidays because I just think it's so fun to do, and it just brings so much like fun and joy and whatever to the house. So that's a thing too for traditions. Oh, we didn't even talk about that when we were growing up. Mom had 2 trees at least every year. And we had a family tree and we had a mom tree. And the mom tree was like the gorgeous one that looked like it could be in Nordstrom's or Macy's in the window
and
on
we had
freaking
the kids tree that was upstairs in the game room.
Yes, and then we had like, and we put all of our freaking ornaments from school on and all that stuff.
Links and whatever else.
Oh my gosh, we totally haven't made any paper links this year. Okay, we're not doing that, but yeah. So we had we had at least 2 trees, but yeah, 3 trees usually. We had the family tree is the one that all the presents went on. Then we had the one that was in the former living room that was whatever the theme Mom wanted it to be that year. And then we had the kids tree upstairs, which was where we put all of our ornaments from school or stuff that we made or whatever. I don't really know if we're a more than one Christmas tree kind of family in this household. I guess if you have a really big house and you have multiple places to put trees.
I mean, I feel like
sure.
For us, like, our ideal home would have like a game room or something upstairs. So if you put like one in the main living area and then one upstairs in like the game room, playroom, family room type situation upstairs, I feel like that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Let's see. So over here, one tradition that I don't recall us doing, and Mom may correct me, but I don't remember stockings being a huge deal as kids.
Oh my gosh, Derek is obsessed with stockings.
Yeah, that's like a huge. So like Blake is like I'm turning Blake into like a big Christmas person, but like he has never been a Christmas person. His sister Jody, on the other hand, is like really big into Christmas, and so I want to make stockings a thing. I think that's a thing. Should be a thing. So we incorporated stockings this year. So we did stockings with Landon. Blake filled my stocking, and then he's buying himself a really big like gift after the New Year. So he didn't want any gifts for Christmas, he's still getting gifts because his mom got him stuff, but like he didn't want us as a family to buy gifts for him because he's buying himself a big gift after the New Year. Mm-hmm. So he didn't have anything in his stocking. I was like, babe, I'll go stock. He's like, no, it's fine. I'm like, okay. But I want stockings to be a thing. Like, I love the idea of stocking stuffers.
Terrible.
I want to open them on New Year's Eve and like, you know, Christmas Eve.
Oh, I was going to say, you're going to open it on New Year's Eve? I'm a terrible stocking stuffer. Like, Derek literally, so last year, whatever the first Christmas was that we spent Christmas together, we had stuff in our stockings, and like, I didn't realize that was a big deal. Like, Derek literally and he picks, like, when I go through it, it's like so oh my gosh, it's like so thoughtful, the little things that he puts in the stocking, and I'm literally just like, how, like, he would put stuff that's like so random. Like, I still have, he bought me like 6 Burt's Bees chapsticks one time, put it in my stocking. He bought me like little tiny hand lotions because I was complaining about how I didn't have any hand lotions. He bought me a MAC lipstick, which is a stocking stuffer, but it's like a $50 stocking stuffer. AirPods were in there one year. Just like things that are like
tiny.
I always thought
like,
I always thought stocking stuffers were like little tiny like trinkety things. Like you put like candy in there or you put whatever,
no,
you know,
when I
like
think stocking stuffers, I think like a necklace. Because it's in a small box.
oh my
nice and
gosh.
great. That's what I think. But my stocking this year, so I thought the stocking stuffers that Blake put in there were super cute. But then I kind of felt bad because I got my freaking hair braided right before I came back here because he got me like the little pop clips, like the little you know what I'm talking about? I don't know how to describe them. Like you just like pop, like the ones that you put like on the side of your like on your side of your hair that you pop them up and then pop them down.
Oh yeah.
He got me those. He got me a whole other set of bobby pins, which I lose bobby pins. So he got me a type of bobby pins.
Derek got me hair ties one year
He
for
got
my
me
stocking stuffer.
I got hair ties because he's like, these are about to be all over the house. Like, but here's more hair ties because I lose hair ties like crazy. He got me
I'm the worst too.
Epsom. He got me a small container that fit in my stocking of Epsom salt and of Dr. Teal's like bubble bath Epsom salt.
Bomb.
Something else. He got me something else. I can't remember. But yeah. So I was like, oh, it's so cute. Like all the little things. Like it was
I feel like
really
it's
cute.
easy to buy stuff for women. There's no like man stocking stuffer section. You know what I'm saying? Like,
honestly,
you could just go to the beauty section and get face masks and little soaps and this and shove it in a stocking for pretty much any woman, and you're totally nail polish, shove it in a stocking, boom, you've won, great. What the hell do you stuff in a man's stocking?
Honestly, Twin,
Razors.
Since I haven't done it, I didn't have to do it this year. I literally was like, I don't know what I'm about to put in this stocking. Like, I couldn't think of it. I'm like, what am I about to put in this stocking that doesn't seem stupid? Like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't know what to put.
I think that's me too. Like, I overthink it. Yeah. I'm like, oh, this isn't a good gift. Like, I don't need to get
like,
this.
Throughout the year. And I think, honestly, Derek probably has some secret, like, notes somewhere where he's, like, keeping a list of things to put in your stocking. I need to do that. I need to start a stocking stuffer thing at the beginning of the year, make a notes in my
Yeah, but I can't do that because what happens throughout the year is that Derek ends up getting all these things on this list. So then I have to just like remove things. And then Christmas comes and it's like, well, guess I ran out of things to put in your stocking because you just bought them all.
Well, no, because what happens is, like, so things in your stocking are just like Burt's Bees, obviously. Like, obviously, like, you're not going to run out of Burt's Bees for a long time. Or like the one year he put like 9 5-hour energies in your freaking stocking. Like,
oh yeah.
But you buy 5-hour energies all year, but like, it's something that you notice that gets used a lot throughout the year. So you just like, you make a note. So what you'll do is just go back and be like, okay, so he literally just bought himself these things, but he doesn't have any of these, or he needs a refill of this or whatever. And you just like, I don't know.
Should put Red Bulls in his stocking.
We will let you guys know next year. I'm going to start a note.
Yes.
For stocking stuffers for Blake this year, and we will see how it goes next year.
How it goes.
Yes.
And we will report back.
And see if it worked and how well it worked.
Okay, so before we get too far before off topic, we should really talk about like things that so stocking stuffers is one thing that I think we're both trying to implement in our family, in our own families. I think another thing for me too that I really want to do for our family is I really want to do what I want to do. I want to do I really want to try to do open pajamas the night before, even though we're not going to do that this year, but I would really like try to implement that.
Yeah.
I think I wouldn't mind doing, trying Elf on a Shelf. I think that the Bean would love Elf on a Shelf. 'Cause if we just like lean into the magic a little bit, I think he would love that.
Like every morning, like seeing him be like, this.
Yeah.
Like pointing at the elf, like super excited.
Yeah.
That would be cute.
But it would just like take so much creativity. Like we really would have to like think like where the heck are we going to put the elf? Because some people get real crazy with the elf on the shelf where they're putting it. They do like set up whole scenarios of like weird places that they are.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's a lot. Or they get 2 elf on a shelf, so there's 2 of them doing something together. Oh, it's a lot.
We did Chinese. So we started this tradition of Chinese food because when I was pregnant with Landon, I got admitted to the hospital like on the 23rd and was released on the 24th. So our Christmas plans kind of went like kaput that year. So, so we ended up on the only thing that was open, obviously, on Christmas Day is Chinese food to eat. I mean, you say that there's places this year, probably nothing's going to be open on Christmas.
Yeah, for real.
But normally, like you'll have maybe an Applebee's or a Fridays or something random here and there, or Denny's or something that's open. But Chinese food is the only place that used to deliver. Obviously, now we've got Postmates and whatever. But that said, we started that tradition because of that. And I told Blake, I was like, Chinese food's open on Christmas Eve. He's like, that's not a thing. I'm like, yeah, it's like the only place that's open and the only place that delivers on Christmas Day. So we started eating Chinese food. So we actually had Chinese food we've had Chinese food every Christmas, for dinner every Christmas. So because we do breakfast in the morning and then we order Chinese food at night. So I'm hoping that when we're in Arkansas, we can still, but I think Blake's mom ordered Cracker Barrel dinner, like a Cracker Barrel catered
Thanksgiving dinner situation. Yeah.
Yeah. So we may not be able to do the Chinese food, but I mean, that's a tradition that we're going to keep doing. Like if we're not with his family, I definitely want to do Chinese food on Christmas.
I think I want to try like an advent calendar. Have you heard of this?
No.
Okay, so I just figured out what an advent calendar is. So apparently it's a calendar and you start it on, I think, December 1st or something. And then it's 25 different things that you do. You either do it every year or it's like or do it every day, or it's like a different like candy every day. And it's like, they have these like advent calendar, like things. And you like I saw one, it was like a house and it had 25 little doors on it. And you like opened up a door and there was like a little candy in there, or like hot chocolate shoved in there or whatever. And then the next day you open it and it's kind of like Hanukkah type of thing. It's like a gift a day, like a little treat a day.
Like a 25.
But it's like the
thing.
Yeah. So I asked Eric, I was like, did you guys do this? He was like, yeah, I think we did it like one year when I was growing up, but like we didn't really do it all the time. So I'm not really sure if that's something that we'll do, but that's definitely like a tradition that like maybe we'll try it out one year and like see how it goes. I think we're going to have to start doing Christmas dinner because Derek did Christmas dinner growing up and he loves doing it, but he's cooking it because I already told him he's going to cook, but he's not doing anything crazy. He's making chicken Alfredo, which is like his favorite thing to make. So he's going to do that. We'll probably get some garlic bread or some like Red Lobster biscuits or something, and we'll eat that on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day for dinner. I think we're going to watch Wonder Woman 1984 because it's going to be on HBO Max for free on Christmas Day.
That is another tradition that people have on Christmas. That's really common. Used to be going to the movies. Yeah, going to the movies.
Yeah. I feel like we went to the movies a couple of times on Christmas. We've done that before. It's not really a tradition, but maybe as Phoenix gets older, we can but you have to really think ahead because Christmas movie tickets sell out so quick.
Yeah.
Like you have to think about buying them like as soon as this pre-sale happens or something, because otherwise there will not be any tickets left. But yeah, I think any other traditions, Twin, that you guys are doing that you want to do or you've seen other people do or that you wanted to mention?
No, not right now, not off the top of my head. But I mean, if you guys have any other traditions that you want to share with us, please feel free to leave them in the comments, start a conversation about your family traditions. And if you have any good ideas for us, please let us know because Ash and I are very festive. We always like to try incorporating new things to do with our kids, and they as they get older.
Christmas cookies. That's the only thing I forgot.
Christmas cookies.
That's a huge
Christmas cookies.
That's a huge thing. I make cookies, and y'all have heard me mention making cookies multiple times. I bake cookies for every season. I find a reason every 3 months to bake cookies with Phoenix. for 4th of July. We didn't do it for 4th of July, but I think this year we'll probably bake some cookies for 4th of July, and we'll take them and we'll eat them while we watch fireworks or something. For Easter, I made cookies this year for Easter. I make Halloween cookies. We made Christmas cookies already. We made gingerbread cookies. I haven't done the little men yet, like the little traditional gingerbread cookie shapes, because it was my first time making gingerbread cookies, and I honestly just wanted to make sure they turned out okay.
Right.
So the next time I think we'll actually like do the little men and like we'll ice them and everything. But yeah, cookies are a huge thing. It's just so much fun to do with Phoenix, and the older he gets, like that's a tradition I think is going to stick with him, because he knows already that like he and I bake cookies together. Like he loves doing it with me. And it's also a good way to teach him like measurements and like, incorporate as he gets older, like the math behind it and like what the different measuring, like conversions are and like all this kind of stuff that you can incorporate while you're baking. So yeah, of course. I can't believe I didn't remember cookies. Like that is like my thing.
We just did it, because watch our Twin Life podcast story. We literally just baked cookies with our sons while I was there. So
yes, we did.
But on that note, we do need to wrap it up. Twin.
Yes, but I don't think we had any go girl or no girls.
I do. I have lost 10.4 pounds.
Bam!
So I am
twin.
stoked about it. Yeah, that was pretty awesome. So I was really happy about that.
Way to be consistent. Killing it.
And I was also able to I took my first reward day last week on Sunday, and still managed to lose the weight I needed to lose. I was kind of concerned about that. Obviously, that was a very wonky week for me. So it's nice to still continue to see the results, but still be able to enjoy my life and eat. So
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Anything for you?
Yeah, I mean, I guess if we're like on that note, I think the last couple of weeks I've really been trying to like tone it down when it comes to workouts. I actually so I took Amber to the airport yesterday at 4:30 in the morning. And normally that would be fine, except and I would normally go to a class, like if it had been Monday through Friday, because there's a 5:45 class. And so I would just like try to book that class and just left the airport, went straight to class, but there wasn't one. So I just used the F45 challenge app on my phone, and I did a workout in the garage by myself. It is extremely hard to work out by myself now. Like staying motivated to work out when you're working out by yourself is so hard. Like I was literally just like in there, like, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I just really want this to be over. Like I had to like really dig deep to get through it. And I did. And I still got like a pretty solid like calorie burn. It wasn't the same calorie burn that I would have gotten if I was actually at F45. But it was still really good. And of course I got a workout, and I mean, there's not really any such thing as a bad workout. So yeah, I guess that's my go girl. I was really proud of myself for doing it. I did it at 6 o'clock in the morning. And by 7 I was done. So yeah, it was pretty cool. Yep.
Nice.
But yeah, so on that note, thank you guys so much for listening. We told you where you can find us. If you need a refresher, go ahead and like check in the description box below, or or show notes below if you're listening to the audiovisual version on YouTube. And yeah, other than that, we love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We've got one more holiday episode for you guys, and then we will be closing it out, taking a break
till February. Till probably Valentine's Day.
Taking a break until February. So yeah, I think that's a good solid day, is probably open up on February 14th, or that week of Valentine's Day, with our first episode to come back. And we're going to do things a little bit differently this year, but you'll hear all about that in the next episode. So that said, thanks for listening. Happy holidays, and we will talk to you guys later.
Later.